ओमज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोन् श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवम् साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधाकान्ता नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायिने कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामिने गौरत्वसे नमः। पंचतत्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकम्। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य तोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थेषु भिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदि कवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य कलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजये आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, chapter number 10, beginning from verse number 1. So we read in the last chapter how the Devas, when they were defeated by Vritrasura, they meditated on the Lord who appeared to them, and then they recited nice prayers in glorification of the Lord and asked for him to kill Vritrasura. So when Lord he gave a solution, he said that they should approach the sage Babaji and ask for his bones. Very unusual request. Go to somebody and say, give me your bones. So he said that take those bones and ask Vishwakarma to make a weapon from the bones and use this to kill Vritrasura. And after saying this, then Lord, now it will be described that he disappeared. So we will read in this 10th chapter how we will go to Babaji and ask for the bones. So Sri Shuka Vacha Sukhdev Goswami continued. Indram evam samadishya bhagavan vishwabhavanah Pashyatamani meshenam tatraivam tadadhe harihi. After instructing Indra in this way, Lord, who is the source of the universe, he disappeared right there while the Devas were looking. So he became manifest, and then he became unmanifest just when they were looking at him. Suddenly he disappeared. And Devas are called here as Nimesha. Nimesha means blinking, and Animesha means no blinking. Devas, they don't blink their eyes. So it was not that when they blinked, then he disappeared, but they were looking, and then suddenly he was gone. Because he becomes manifest by his own will, Sambhavami Atma Maya, and he also disappeared. So Sri Vishnu Chakravarti says that Dadhicho yachitan praptai asti bhir vajra nirmita dasmo bhujaya chajav deva nama suresa. Says that this 10th chapter, it will describe how Devas, they approached Dadhichi and asked for his bones, and he gave it to them, and they made a vajra, this weapon for Indra, and then there was a very fierce battle between Devas and Asuras, and Asuras were defeated because now they had the power of Vajra, this thunderbolt made from the bones, and it was empowered by the Lord himself. So then next verse describes how they reach to the ashram of Dadhichi. Tatha vyachito devair rishir atharvano mahan modamanayo vachaidam prahasanyo bharata. So after that, the sages, they came to the ashrama of Dadhichi Rishi, and they asked he asked them, what do you want from me? So they said, please give us your bones. So by hearing this, he was smiling. So just look at these people. So, and while smiling, he spoke as follows. So Dadhichi, he had his wife, her name was Bhakti, and they were very clever. They actually came to the ashram and she was not there. Because if she is there and they ask for it, then she is obviously going to object. She is the wife, and according to Vedic culture, the husband is like the very life of the wife. That's why they used to burn themselves with the dead body of the husband. So there was no injunction like that. There was no rule that one has to burn oneself in the body. But this is how they looked at the husband. It was very difficult for them to live in separation. So they knew that if the wife is there, then she will create trouble. So wife went to the river to get water. There was no tap water in the village. To get water from the lake or from a river, and they were clean. So that is the time they appeared in the ashram and asked for the bones. Before she came, they already did their job and disappeared. So they have had an experience once before, many years ago. Devatas had come, and they were also attacked by the Asuras at that time, and they had defeated them. defeated the Asura, because at that time Brihaspati was guiding them. Now they were in trouble because they disrespected Brihaspati. So at that time they had many types of weapons with them. And they were worried that these Asuras, they will try to somehow steal their weapons. So they thought that we should put these weapons in some safe place so that they cannot find. So they approached Dadiji at that time that you please keep our weapons. And the wife was present. So the wife, she objected to this. She said, why do you want to keep somebody's weapons? So it's a very big trouble. You take somebody's some belonging and keep it with you, then you are in anxiety to protect it. And if you don't protect it, you will be blamed. Although you are only doing a favor, it's not that you are going and putting your money in the bank. So they are coming voluntarily and they want to keep it. So you are living carefree life, but if you have these weapons, then you will be always in anxiety that Asuras will not come and steal or destroy them. Because enemies would like to destroy weapons. Right? Now America is trying this. With whom they are trying? They tried with Iran. So this is a worry. If the weapon is in the wrong hand, it can be quite troublesome. So then wife kept on arguing that don't do this. And the husband was, the Dishumuni was very soft-hearted. He said that these people are requesting, how can I refuse them? So he said, what is the problem in refusing? Tell them that it's none of your business to protect somebody's weapons. You are a sadhu living in the forest, what do you have to do with weapons? But in any case, he did not listen to the wife and he kept the weapons. And then they never needed these weapons for a long time. And they in fact forgot about it. So then what he did, that he got all these weapons, he cleaned them, and he extracted the power of their mantras into the water and drank it. So now they knew that if they go to the Rishi and ask for his bones and if the wife is there, then she will definitely object. Because which wife would like when the husband is giving his life for somebody? So they came at that time and they asked for this. So in the beginning he is going to not immediately agree, but speak, and if he does not want to give. So bodhamano api prahasanniva nyancha pratyakhanena tantraskaram. So although he was happy inside, because he thought that my life is going to be useful for someone. He was thinking that I have to die anyway one day. And if I die to do good to others, then I am making a good use of my bones. Otherwise, what will happen to these bones? You burn the body and then throw the bones in the river. So if they can be utilized, then I am fortunate. This is what he was thinking, but externally he was smiling and he would try to, as if, refuse, just to see the reaction of the devas, what they have to see. He just wanted to see what they will say, or how they will talk. I don't say. If I say, no, how will they try to convince me to give my bones? So therefore he said, Api vrindaraka yuyam na janitha sharirinam sanstayam yastva vidroho dussehas chetanat. He said, oh Devas, they were also called Vrindaraka. He says that you do not know the pain one feels when one has to give up the body. Many times people think that death is very peaceful. Sometimes I read in books describing it. Dying is like very peaceful, but it's not very peaceful. Unless one dies when one is unconscious. But even then it is not something peaceful because the disturbance is there inside. Externally you may not see. So death is a very painful experience. And the reason is that we are attached to this body when we are living in this body. And suddenly you have to give up the body. And when you give up the body, then all your attachments come to an end. And your relatives, family members, your possessions, your earnings. So it is quite troublesome to think. It's like if you live in a house for a very long time and then suddenly someone comes and throws you out from the house. Does not give any time. You have to leave everything. So that's very painful. So same thing happened. So therefore he said that you do not know because the Devas do not have the experience of death. They are called Amara, or deathless. So na janitha sharirinam sansthayam yastva vidroho. He said the vidroha, the pain, dussahas chetnaka. He said it is very intolerable to leave the body. And how can you basically ask me to do that? So sankhya means death. So Vrindaraka, the word which is used, there are many words which are used for devas. Jara, Jara, Vrindaraka, Tridasha. So Vrindaraka means that you feel happy by seeing someone. Prasasta. So he's as if being very sarcastic. That by seeing you can feel happy, you're asking for my bones. So then he says, Jiji Vishunam Jivanam Atma Preshtha Ihepsita Kautsahet Datum Vikshmanaya Vishnu. He says that there is an intense desire to live, Vijivisha, what is called survival instinct. This is one of the powerful instincts every living being has, not only human beings, but every living being has. Nobody wants to die. There is a story about Indra that once he became a pig, female pig. And then he was happy. Remaining a pig and many little piglets gave birth. And then when it was time for him to give up, he did not want to give up the pig body and become Indra again. He said, I'm very happy here with my little piglets. Why shall I die? So wherever you are, you become attached to that. In whichever body the Atma, the soul exists, becomes attached to that very particular body. Although we may think that there are lower species and I would not like to live in that particular form of life, but you go and live there, you become attached to that. It's like wherever people are born, they have attachment to that place. Sometimes you go to some very cold places, and you wonder why people are living here, so cold. Why don't they move to some other place? Or there are people who live in slum areas. And then if you you just walk half a kilometer away from that slum, then it's clean. So why are they just living in this area? Why don't they walk away from there? They're also attached to their places. So everybody has this attachment. So therefore he said, Jiji Vishunam Jivanam, that all living beings have this Jiji Visha, or Ichha, desire to live. So Preshta Ipsita Kautsahet Tam Datum Bhikshamana. He says, therefore, who would like to give their own life to somebody who has come from begging? And if someone says, well, the guest is considered to be like God. So it says, therefore you should give. So it says Vishnu. It says even if Vishnu comes to ask for it, then who would like to give it? It's another other words, nobody would like to do that. So Atma Deha Vayam Janima Eva Kintu Vishnu Eva Asman Mukhya Yaste Chetatra Vishnu Datum. So if Devas are as if saying that, look, we understand the importance of life, but we are not coming here by our own will. It is Lord Vishnu who has sent us to you. And this is the order of Vishnu himself. So why are you refusing for this? So then the verse says Vishnu. It says, this is because life is so dear to everybody. There is nothing more dear than our own body. That's why we try to protect it at any cost. So this, of course, he was just trying to see what these people will speak if he gives a reasoning like this. Otherwise, he was willing to give the body, as we will read later on. So now, after hearing this, the Devas were probably not expecting such an answer from him. Although it is not surprising, because Indra is the same person who has cut off the hand. Can you imagine that Indra, he came and chopped off the head of the Dichi Muni just because he taught Brahma Vidya to the Aswini Kumaras. So why should he do that? Why the Dichi cannot teach? Indra has no right to restrict him from teaching. But this is what power does. When you are in power, then you don't follow any rules. The law is only for the weak people. If for weak people are the one who always take shelter of the law, they will raise their voice, and this is illegal, this is against law. But one who is in strength, one who is in power, does not care for law or no law. He does what he wants to do. So Indra is powerful. So he did not bother. He came and he cut off the head of the Dichi. Now he is coming to send the Dichi and asking. So this is the limit of selfishness. And that's the stories are being told that many people are fascinated about going to heaven and worshipping all these devas. But if you see their behavior, then who wants to be like that? Because being so envious, that just because someone is teaching, then you cut his head off. And then when you need something, then you go and again beg to him. Not begging some object or some small thing, but begging the very life. And then expecting it. So it is a great contrast that Indra is the one who is cutting the head of the Dhichi, and the Dhichi is the one who is giving his life for Indra. It's quite an amazing story. We hear stories, but imagine if you have to do something like this. Sometimes you do some favor to somebody and that person turns against you, you are very upset. And then after that probably you want to take revenge. And if that person is in trouble, you feel happy. And if he comes to you for help, you probably kick him away. And say, look, now I have got a chance. So here we see Dadichi Muni, the sage, who is ready to give his life for them. So now they are saying, Kim nu taddustajam brahman punsham bhutanukampinam bhavad vidhanam mehtam punyashlokedya karmanam. Says that, oh great says, what is difficult for those people who are compassionate on others? So just as those people who are cruel to others, they can take others' life for their own sake. They can murder, they can plunder, they can exploit, they can do anything for their own sake. In the same way, those who are good-hearted people, they can also go to any extent of doing good to others, including sacrificing their own life. So this is the difference between Sajjan and Durjan, Deva and Asura, divine and Asuric. So the Dadichi is the divine person. So Bhavad Vidhanam Mehtam Punya Shlokedya Karmanam. So he says, now of course we have to praise him, that you are a great person and you are worthy of worship. So now they don't understand that he was doing welfare to the Aswini Kumaras. You are trying to stop him. So he says that you are glorified by pious people in the shloka. Nanu swarth paro loke na veda par sankatam yadi vedana yacheta neti nahi anishva. So now they are giving a logic. He said that please know that people in general, they are just selfish. There are no two opinions about it. People in general are selfish. Some are more, some are less. But in general, people are selfish. And na veda para sankata. Therefore, they don't care for others' trouble. They have to get something from somewhere, either by begging, or by borrowing, or by stealing. They will do that. Because they have to fulfill their own desire. So this is, he says, Yadi Veda Nayachet. And they don't see that I am approaching this person and by asking this object or some favor, I will put that person in trouble. Because the person may be kind-hearted and will do it, will be in trouble himself or herself. So he says those people who are selfish, they don't see this. Why? Because they are only concerned about their own good. I want happiness, I want my desire to be fulfilled. And if I have to take help from others, I will take. So there are people like that who are not afraid of approaching others and asking for favors, asking for money, asking for something, without any concern that if this person actually gives me, then how the person will suffer himself. So he said they do not know this, because if they knew it, then they will not ask for it. And Naya Chetan Nayati Nahaya Desha. And then there are other people who are capable of giving, and they understand the problem of others. Therefore, they never say no. So, if they know the trouble, because if somebody is approaching to beg or to do something, naturally that person must be in some trouble, otherwise why would one demean oneself or debase oneself to put in the position of being a beggar? So if someone is saying no to a beggar, that means the person does not understand the situation through which the beggar is going. Because if he understands, then he will not say no, he is capable of giving. So one who is capable of giving and does not give, that person does not understand the problem of the one who is begging. And one who is begging and asking to a person something which is difficult to give, or maybe the person is not capable of giving, then he does not understand the problem of the giver. So in other words, they are saying that we are asking you, obviously, and expecting that you understand our problem. And therefore you will understand. So we are saying that by Kabir that जे नर तो मर चुके जे मानन जाए, और उनसे पहले वे मरे जिनके मुख निकले नाय. And those people who go for begging, they are already dead. They are living corpse. And those who say no, if they are capable of giving, they die before the beggar. So this is what they are basically indicating. They are not worried what problem the Bhikshi goes through, but they are saying that if you say no to us, then you have no idea about our problem. Because if we have come to you, then we must be in real trouble. Otherwise, why would we come to you? Why would we, who are devas, who are worshipped, who are given oblations in the sacrifice, why would we come to a mortal being to beg for bones if we are not in very troublesome situation? And if you do not understand this, and then say no, then we are also ignorant. So directly we are saying that don't say no. So after hearing Rishi Ruvacha, then the sage he speaks. He says that commentary on this verse. Rishira Nunam Nayacheta iti antam. How the way he is applying this verse, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is commenting that this verse, one part is spoken by the sage and the other is spoken by the devas. Nanu swartparo loko na veda parasankatam yadi vedana vayacheta. He said that this much is spoken by the sage, that people are very selfish and they come and beg without knowing how difficult it is for a person to give. But obviously, whatever you possess, you have earned it with great effort, great endeavor, and then someone comes and just takes it away. Just like that. You work very hard, you make some money, and some beggar comes and all he has to say, give me this much. And then you are expected to give. So it's very hard. Because you spend hours and hours making that money, and that person just moves his tongue. And he must give. So he said that people do not understand the trouble which a person feels when he is backed. Because if they could feel this, then they will not back. This is what the sage is saying, and the rest, Neti Nahayadi Ishvara, this is spoken by Deva. This is how they are playing the rules. Nunam Ityadi Padyameva Nayacheta iti Chaturaksharam Na Abhutam. Tatasya Arthanta Vyasasya Atra Visheshva Ayamata. So he says, the meaning is that Yachako Lokaha Nunam Swarthapara Swargadhye Ashwarya Bhogapara. So he's giving another meaning. Because the word Swa also means heaven. So Swartha means desiring heaven or heavenly enjoyment. So he says that the beggar is a person who is interested in having some heavenly opulence, enjoyment. Parasya dhatuhu sankatam swadehasti pradane pidam naveda. And he does not, and he is applying it on the devas. The devas, they actually want to enjoy the opulence of the heaven. Right? Because they have been dispossessed from their capital. And they want to get it back so that they can enjoy. Now they don't even have food to eat. They are just wandering out of their house. They were kicked out from the house. Like some mafia comes and throws you out of your house and takes all your possessions, your money. And you're on the road. Not even having money to eat. So they want to get back. They're used for enjoyment, pleasure. They're living cozy life. So therefore they are very selfish for that. And they have approached the sage. So parasya dhatu sankatam swadehasti pradane pidam. And they do not know the suffering which the sage will undergo when he has to give up his life. Because giving bones means he has to die. It's not that you just take away my bone and I survive. Because the body exists on the bones. It's like you have a house and there are pillars in the house. And the whole structure is standing on the pillars. The bones are like that. All your meat on the body, the muscles, the veins, and everything else cannot exist without the bones. So bones is that which gives you a structure. You can stand up, you can walk, you can function. Without bones, it's not possible. You will be just like a bag, like a bag full of some liquid lying in one place. So our ego also gets power from the bones. That's why when your bones are strong, you feel strong in your ego. If you start having a knee ache or joint ache, and your bones are not functioning properly, then your egoism also goes down. You have to get little old, and then your joints start making some repetitive noise. So ego is also related with the bones. So he says that it is very painful. And the beggars don't understand this. Yadi devatvena vivekvatvad veda tarhi nayachi. He says you are devas, and if you have any viveka, any discrimination, then you will not beg for this. And because you are begging, that means you are highly selfish and not having good understanding of life. Tena yusmakam viveka bhavat na devatvam kintu vyagradhi pasutulyatam. He says, therefore, because you don't have such discrimination, you are not devas, you are not divine people. You are animals like a tiger. The tiger eats up somebody, attacks, kills, and eats. So you are like that. What kind of deva are you? Deva are supposed to help others, give blessings to others. And you are coming to take my life, so you are just animals. Anything. Rishinoktam sutva devai pratyuktam. So when the sage spoke like this, then the devas, they replied. After all, they have to get their job done. Otherwise, after hearing this, anybody who has little self-esteem will leave. He says, all right, we go, and we will see you someday. But they are persisting. So they are not showing any modesty or shame or anything. So, lokepi nunam swarthapara dehendriyadeshu mamatve chirjivit sukho chopara. He says, people are also selfish because they are very much attached to their body, their mind, their senses. And that's why they want to enjoy for a long time. Otherwise, what is the problem in giving up your life? You have to die one day. If not today, after 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. So you are also selfish. Because you want to enjoy in this body, and therefore you don't want to give your thoughts. You are calling us selfish, calling us animals, but how are you better? Because anybody who is attached to the body is same. Attachment to the body, that is the source of all materialistic qualities. Bhayam ditya vinivesta shadi shadate tasya upariya smriti. When we become attached to the body, then we have fear. And when we have fear, then we have envy, we have anger. We become selfish. So, you don't want to give your body, that means you are also attached. So you are lecturing us, but how are you better than us? Otherwise you should quietly give us. So this is like when somebody is trying to humiliate you, you make the other person feel humiliated. Paresham yachkanam sankatam ghor shatru padravadi dukkham naved. You don't understand that if we have come to beg you, we are what kind of trouble we are going. You think we will come and beg you otherwise? You think we are like tigers, animals like that? Tiger will attack you anyway. Whether in trouble or not in trouble. We are coming because we have a big problem. And you are a sage, we are asking for your help. And what is the help? We are just asking few bones. You are not asking some big gems or gold or something. Just little bone. So what is the problem? So we are not asking for some big credit or some big boon to us, or make us some sacrifice, or like we went to Vishwarupa, we asked for Narayan Kavach. None of these things. They are born, the dogs eat bones. And what will happen to your bones anyway? If you die, and there is no one to attend, then dogs will come and eat. So why not make use of them? These days people are asking to fill a form that after you die you will donate your vital parts, your eyes, your heart, or whatever. So many people are doing that so that others can get some benefit. We are also asking you. One thing is that they are asking when you die, we are asking you to die. So he says, Parasham Yachkanam Sankatam Ghora Shatru Padravadi Dukham. We do not know that we have a terrible enemy who has created a hell for us. Yadi Rishitvena Vigyan Vivekade Vimatvad Ved Tarinaiti Nadashyami. But if you are a rishi, you are a sage, you are a saint, which means you are not attached to your body, which also means that you live to do welfare to others, then we are just giving you a chance. So you should be thankful to us that we are giving you an opportunity to do good. So you go to somebody to ask for money, and he refuses, and he says, look, I am giving you a chance to make good use of your money. Because money has only two uses. Either you utilize it for yourself or you give it in charity. What else is the use of it? So the money which people usually have, which people is more than what they can use for themselves. Use for themselves means what is necessary. But if you just want to spend money without any discrimination, then you're always shorted. So if you have extra money, then use it to give it to others. And that is the only protection of the money. Otherwise you will die and you will leave this money. What will you gain from that? If you give it to somebody, then that will go with you. So if you want to protect your money, then the best protection is to give charity. Because as much charity you give, that becomes yours. And the one you don't give in charity, that is not yours. That somebody will take it from you. Somebody can trick you, cheat you, plunder you, steal it, or you die and then someone else will. But then you are not going to get any credit for that. Somebody steals money from you, you don't get some punya from that. Or you die and you leave money and your dependents are enjoying it, you don't get any punya, no piety. Piety comes when you willingly you give to a qualified person. So he says, look, we are giving you this chance. Utilize this body, which is Kshanbhangura, can drop any time. And once you die, then just piece of garbage. So become famous, everybody will remember you, your story will come in Bhagavatam. People will listen it, will inspire others. Otherwise, who will know you as Dadhichi Muni? You may be a great person. So this is how people talk when they have to get donation. Right? You want to get donation, you have to inspire the other person like this. And then you have to say, look, you can die anytime, so better do it now, not postpone. Because next time I come, you may be dead in the meantime. That story about Bhima, that once Yudhishthira was sitting in his court with his brothers, and one beggar came to ask. And it was, Yudhishthira was busy in something, and he says, please come tomorrow morning. So then Bhima started jumping up and down in great happiness. So then Yudhishthira was surprised at this strange behavior. He says, why are you so happy? He says, I am so happy because my brother has conquered over death. So Yudhishthira said, how have I conquered over death? Because you say you are promising that you will give charity to this guy tomorrow. That means you are very sure that you will live by tomorrow. Says, what if you die? Then your word will be falsified. You become a liar. So why not give him now? But then this was, whatever he was doing, he stopped and he gave charity. So this is how people speak, and they know these types of stories. And because you have to convince, you want somebody's hard-earned money, then you have to convince that person, you have to make his heart soft, scare him a little bit, make him detached. Because unless you become detached from your possessions, how can you donate it? And then you have to convince that how by donating you are going to get much more. You will get 10 times, 100 times in the next life. Who wants to give? So this is what they was saying, look, you are a sage. What is a sage? Sage means who knows the difference between body and soul. Otherwise you cannot be a sage without that. So you know the difference between body and you know the difference between body and Atma. And you are a realized person. And even after having this realization, you don't give this body, then what kind of sage are you? And what is the difference between you and any other materialistic person? We go to some materialistic person, we ask, he refuses. We go to a sage and ask, he also refuses. What is the difference? Nothing. Because the difference is known only through the behavior, how you act. So if your actions are same, you may be realized, you may be anything, but you are behaving just like some ignorant person, illiterate fellow. So don't say no. Otherwise all your fame will go into dust. Everybody says Dadichi, great sage, great sage. And now if you don't give us, then we will talk about it everywhere. Oh, you went to Dadichi, he refused. You went to Bhagavatam, he refused. Everybody will know. And Sambhavitasya chakirti marnadati richate. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that infamy for a famous person is worse than death. So how would you feel that you become infamous? So that is enough to scare him. But he has to give the bonds. So yadi asmad ishvara taddam samartha tel tavopi vijnanadiya bhavat na rishati. So there are two possibilities. Either we are asking something which is not possible for you, although you know that we should be given, or you are capable of giving but you are not giving, then you are not a rishi. So now you decide. Pratyut shok mohadi sadbhava gavadi pasutulyatvam. He said, you are calling us tiger. And he knows like tiger because we are asking this. But you are also no better than an animal if you don't give it. Okay, we don't call you tiger, we call you a cow. Nice, peaceful animal. But what is the difference? Your animal, your animal. So better give them works. So it will be nice explanation of this works. So now we will see how he will react to this in the next class. Do you have any question on this?
So there is charity in Rajas, Tamas and Sattva.
Yes.
Where is this charity of devotees to be situated?
The formula is diyate danam diyate anupkarana datavyamiti yad danam diyate anupkarana deshe kale cha patre cha tad danam satvikam smritam. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that the charity which is given first of all not with the intention of getting a favor, and which is given to a proper person, proper place at proper time, just as a matter of duty, that is called sattvic. So naturally the Dadichi is not giving because he wants something in return from them. He's not going to the there to get any favor from them. And they were a good recipient of charity. We do yajna for them. So yajna
So it would be a sattvic charity, not a transcendental charity.
Transcendental, if you think that you are doing it for the pleasure of the Lord, depending on his consciousness, if he is giving this thinking this is Lord's order, and they may have told him, it's not said here in the verse, but I'm sure to do it for the pleasure of the Lord, then it is transcendental. Because when the person is not giving to this deva, giving to God, God is asking for it.
But he seems to just do it as a favor for the devas. So this is a sattvic.
That's what I'm saying. It is in the verse. It is not very clear. If this was in his mind that he is giving it for the pleasure of the Lord, then it can transcend.
Nowadays we have this phenomenon of suicide bombers who also sacrifice their bodies.
Yes.
That would be then a sacrifice charity in the mode of tamas.
Yes. And that is to destroy. That which is done to destroy, to harm others, that is in tamas. That is which is done for name and fame, to get some benefit, that is in rajas.
So even though they are promised paradise or whatever, they are not going to get this because it's a tamasic act.
Yes. There is no such shastric injunction. Somebody is misinterpreting and speaking like that, then how can we go to heaven?
So it seems like this dynamics of giving and taking are very implicative.
Yes.
And yet in our everyday life we are involved in it, in small or bigger.
Of course.
So if one is a devotee, if one practices bhakti, where does that stand? Everything is, the bhakta is free from these implications?
Yeah, because bhakta is not interested in this type of charities. In third canto, I think this 29th chapter, Lord Kapila is speaking. Jiva hi srestha jivanam. He gives a list of levels of various living beings. And from the point of view of charity, of giving, say the highest is God Himself. So He is the topmost object of charity.